Mm, we're back with some more Higurashi. Couple things. First, thank you to Burn Castle and whoever else, if anyone else corrects me by the time this is posted, because I was having problems saying it. But I asked on Discord, and Burn Castle gave me a quick lesson, and it's apparently Meakashi, Meakashi, Meakashi. Apparently. And if anyone else corrects me before this is dropped, thank you as well. I think the main problem I was having was the EA sound, but you just pronounce them separately, obviously. It doesn't work like English, so thanks for that. It's been a hard day at work, so I'm kind of sore. Well, I'm not sore, but I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow, which is I guess worse. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. That's my reward is some bad chicken noodle soup, but some Higurashi afterwards. I'm pretty excited. I'm still on the super excited high of this since I'm super interested in what's happening. Also new drink, kind of. Like I bought it along with the bubbly and I already tried all the flavors, but first time on this one. It's a Kirkland brand, which is Costco. I think I'm like 70% sure there's Costco in America. I don't know about worldwide, but Costco is always a nice store. And it's pretty embarrassing though. It's not just, I mean, this is beyond the drink, but here's a confession. For a while, for at least a couple years, I always thought sucralose was just French for sugar, which it obviously isn't. Sugar is just sucre. So I don't know why I thought it was French for sugar, but I just found that out with this drink because it's like sweetened with sucralose, and I'm like, okay, sweetened with sugar. Why is that one on? And you might be like, what's the big deal? Well, I mean, in Canada, there's like French on everything. Which kind of made sense, I guess, why I thought it was that, but it's still kind of embarrassing learning French for years. Like, all of elementary and 2 grade 9 and 10. Just to not even remember. Missing what sucralose is. So I thought that was embarrassing. But yeah, this drink's pretty good. It's way more sweeter because it has an actual sweetener. It's a kiwi strawberry. It's green for the Sonozaki family. That's literally why I chose it. But yeah, it's good. It's sweet. I don't think I like it as much as just not sweet stuff, but it's good once in a while. Quick double drop. Alright, let's get started. Pretty good session last time. We had a mini curse talk. We might have it some more with Mion. We might be meeting in the flesh since it does her sounded not like it was on the phone, so yeah, but she got familiarized with the town, kind of got her job at Angel Mort. We met the uncle, kind of settling in and finding out what she's missed and what's changed since she was gone. Again, before this started, I was thinking it's also going to be pretty interesting during the Satoshi era. We'll probably get a closer look at what actually happened for the murders. So that might be some better confirmation. Maybe we won't get all of it since, again, this isn't the art. I mean, I guess since it is happening in this era, we might just get all of it. But like watching Higurashi wasn't the Satoshi arc really. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm obviously excited to see how Shion interacts with everyone else, not just Mion. Because I don't know if she actually knows who they are. Just the way she talked about the Hojo family makes it seem like she's not really familiar with them. So maybe she doesn't know Satoshi and Satoko. I don't know if she knows Rena. Out of everyone, she probably knows who Rika is, but who knows at this point. But yeah, so far it sounded like Mion and Shion have a pretty good relationship, so I'm also interested to see how it goes downhill. Again, my prediction is it's gonna be about Satoshi, but we'll see. We'll see. See how she realizes if Mion has changed, if she did change, which I do think she probably has. But let's get started with that. Wait. Oh, I guess you can't replay the well, whatever. Talking about the murders. So, also she talked about the 2 murders. So Shion knew about the first and second murder, which means she was. I'm pretty sure she was there for the second murder too. So, and you might be like, Aiden, it's not like she thought she did it, but again, I can't trust it. I need the thoughts, right? Because like what they did in Himatsubushi with Akasaka's like choices, it's like bed or fight back, and the bed option actually was the right one because Oishi was giving him a signal, but like Akasaka didn't like tell me that. So yeah, thoughts are like the most important to confirm stuff for a character's intentions. So just saying, but obviously she couldn't have been involved with the priest death, the Furude deaths, I guess.
急死したってのは本当。神主さんは綿流しの準備で大変だったと思うし、あの頃は少し体調崩してたみたいだからね。急性心不全とかそういう感じのよくあるやつだったんだと私は思ってるけどね。でも綿流しの日にってのが異常でしょ。それも3年連続で。普通に考えたら人の死がこうも同じ日に重なるなんてことは考えられない。警察も検視したみたいだけど、その後に特に騒がなかったってことはまあでも、シオンの言う通り人の死が3年も続いて綿流しの日に重なるとやっぱり普通じゃないって思うね。それにさっきお姉も言った通り、お社様にたたられそうな人ばかり開始する。これは絶対に何かあります。たたりでも陰謀でも、とにかく絶対裏に何か因果関係がある。
I decided to meet with Mion at the library near Otonomiya train station. It's not that I don't trust Mion, but I don't want to let her know where I live. Not many people use this library, so I won't see anyone from Hinamizawa here. It's very convenient for meeting someone in secret. That's why she chose to meet with Keiichi. Probably in secret from any Hinamizawans. After we discussed my life plan and work schedule, we moved to small talk. I've been away from this town for years. Things have changed. I asked Mion about those changes in detail in order to fill the gaps. While talking about various things, I brought up what Uncle Yoshiro had told me about Oyasho-sama's curse. Even before I left town, the curse had already struck twice. The dismemberment murder on the first year left quite an impact. By the way, I don't actually think Shion was involved in those two. I'm just saying it's a possibility. And I still kind of like the idea that I threw out half-heartedly, to be fair, in the last session of Shion being the manager. If we're using the small sample size of the sprited characters from the first arc, then I don't hate the idea of Shion being the manager. Over Irie even, because then he wasn't sprited, so... not that that matters, but it could matter. I already used the Takano not being sprited in first appearance as part of my theory about her, so it could matter. The pro-dam activist couple fell off the cliff, maybe yeeted by Stoto. On the day the villagers were enjoying their first Watanugashi festival since the dam project was indefinitely frozen. This one also left quite the impact. The evil construction site manager was punished, and that year the traitor to the village met the same fate. If it had happened only once, people would have concluded that it was just a bizarre coincidence. But when it happened 2 years in a row, people were far more likely to believe it was a curse. I know up to that part. After I left town, confirming she was there, okay, the curse struck again for the third time. People talked about the curse more intensely than ever, both in Hinamizawa and Okinomiya. Afterward, think this. Oyashiro-sama's curse has drastically gained credibility while I was away. It was still unclear with the first two incidents, but after it continued for 3 years straight, people's doubts changed to convictions. Even though the priest who died on the third year wasn't an enemy of the villagers, the fact that people in Hinamizawa didn't care for him much added even more credibility to the idea.
神主は確か嫌われてませんでした？
Yeah, we're probably not gonna see a Shion sprite, I guess, since we're seeing her POV.
同盟の役員から。
I guess we saw her in a CG, so that's fine.
うん。日和見主義なんじゃないかって叩かれてたね。戦争末期は同盟内でも過激な理論がまかり通ってたから。神主さんの穏健な態度はそういう人たちにとって気に食わないものだったと思うね。
The priest had looked strict and scary. The way he spoke was always so formal. But in reality, he was very warm and reserved. Maybe it was because he was a son-in-law having married into his family. I'm sure the priest and his personality were the perfect fit for managing the shrine that was used for summer festivals and village meetings. But that gathering spot-style atmosphere of the shrine changed completely when the damn war broke out and it became the headquarters for the Onidafuchi Guardians. When did they change that name? From Onidafuchi Defense Alliance to Guardians. I like Defense Alliance better. It sounds cooler. Prior to the damn protests, hardly anyone worshipped Oyashiro-sama. Of course, the devout elders paid worship to him, but the average person treated our god like how you treat a fortune-telling. Once the damn protests began, Oyashiro-sama was suddenly hauled out as a symbol of the village's resistance. Tracing the Oyashiro-sama faith back to its roots. It was an exclusive, elitist faith that believed its members were descended from a holy ancestor different from the masses at the foot of the mountain, and that those tainted masses should never come near the village. Of course, such self-centered ideology wasn't acceptable anymore in peaceful post-war Japan, so this doctrine was abandoned over time. So it's showing no outsiders, obviously, which is a common theme in this. Still, the idea remained, and they trudged it back up to fan the flames of nationalism and unite the town against the dam project. With the revival of those ideas, things only grew more radical by the day. And it didn't take very long for the Onidafuchi Guardians to become aggressive. After that, we were in a state of war. 100 million, burning as one, kill the white savages. Want not but victory. Adults and kids were both denied, or just nine. I'm pretty sure it's just 9, but I always have the habit of saying denied when I see that word, or dena, when it's silent. I know. At the bit. A bit to repel the foreign invaders. Describing it like that makes it sound kind of awful, like the reminder of the dark times of wartime Japan. But, like I said before, for us kids it felt less like a war and more like a village-wide festival. Yet, despite calling it a festival, dissenters were treated coldly. Their heartlessness lived up to the expression, wartime regime. The Hojo couple, who voiced their acceptance of their dam project in the midst of that atmosphere, were truly brave. Then on the second year of the curse, they died in an accident, and everyone believed it was Oyashiro-sama's curse without question. So they were branded traitors and enemies of the village. The Hojo couple faced worse than just being ostracized as traitors. Everyone gave them the cold shoulder and talked behind their backs. But something changed for Satoko at least, so probably because she was hanging out with Rika, so you can't really call Satoko a traitor or whatever if she's like Rika's friend. Or like Rika cancels out the traitor vibe. The only person who didn't treat them badly was the priest. Oh, I guess the whole Furude family didn't hate them. While the priest never objected to the anti-dam movement, he also never objected to the Hojo couple's advocacy for accepting the government's eviction and restitution to rebuild new lives. Those unforgivable Hojos became the slogan as the three families, especially the Sonozakis, united the village by turning them into scapegoats. Jeez. So they must have found it very shameful to have a fellow member of the three families approve of that, especially when it was the priest of the shrine that had become a symbol for the dam protests. Okay, so, yeah, I was like, actually, never mind. We'll talk about it later. But, like, yeah, Mini Mion was there while Mini Shion was still alive, so she was, like, mirroring the grandmother pretty hard, so she must have changed from that, right? Like, because Shion was saying that Mion and her were the same throughout, like, the whole childhood thing, so, I don't know. Food for thought. As central figures in Hinamizawa, the three families were the backbones of the Onigafuchi Guardians, so a difference in opinion was undesirable. And the priest was never accused of anything. But secretly, people whispered that he was a heretic, that he was unfit to serve as Oyasho-sama's priest. That Oyasho-sama's curse would soon strike him down, along with the other rumors.
今にして考えると、神主さんって結構大人だったのかもねって思いません？
Yeah, but I like the idea of like people. Like, I like the idea of the first one being obviously to stop the dam project, the second murder being an accident, even if Satoko accidentally did it, and then the third one being sort of like, let's keep up this curse thing, that way more people are going to worship Oyasho-sama, possibly by the Sonozakis. I wouldn't hate that. Fourth one, I guess we'll see, who knows. And fifth one, depends on the art. He was pretty cool, managing to keep his head and remain neutral while everyone around him grew fervent. I'm sure Mion didn't like him, since then she was with Oryu. I thought Mion would share my opinion when I chimed back in. So when Mion gave me a forced smile and didn't agree with me, I was taken by surprise. Dun dun dun. First difference. It's that face, dude. It's never a good face.
本当に大人だったら、あそこは周りに合わせて強調すべきところだったと思うね。フルデのおじさんは単に神社の神主だっただけじゃなく、仮にも御三家の一つ、フルデ家の長だったんだからさ。
So I guess that's her forced smile face. I didn't really know what to call it, but we can call that now. Forced smile face, Mion.
南沢全体が結束しなくちゃならないときに、模範となるべき御三家の人間が自分から輪を乱すのは、それが大人と呼べるかどうかは、私には難しいな。
I was taken aback. I barely managed to say the following. Even though we're identical twins, we still had our unique identities. Every now and then our opinions differed, but usually only over some trivial matter. We've never had a difference of opinion this big. It wasn't an enjoyable feeling. I decided to probe her some more. I get it, like you feel super connected by the... I mean, I'm not a twin, so I don't understand, but you know, twins apparently have that connection, so feeling like something's wrong with this connection, you want to like explore it a bit more. But I don't know how that works in real life, because I do have like a twin second uncle. I don't know how similar they are, at least in personalities. I feel like personalities change within time naturally, but yeah, I'm sure when they're little they probably think the same.
お姉の言う協調って言葉が なんだか好きじゃないんですけど。つまりそれって何？
Slowly open.
村全体を考えて神主さんは自分の考えを隠しているべきだったって、そういう話？
I mean, if you're asking my opinion, I actually kind of agree with Mion. Sure, it's fine to have their differing opinions, but especially as a leader, we might as well, like, in such a crucial time, we might as well unite and support the village. You can just, like, on the low, not bully the Hojos. Just as a priest, you shouldn't really condemn people. I don't know. But I agree, as like a leader of the village. I'm sorry, is this really loud? I should just keep the cap off. Instead of putting it on and off, but then I just don't want to accident it up.
要するに全体主義の中でこう主張するなと、そういう話？
I mean, it's definitely situational. Obviously, people should have their opinion, but in such a dire situation, probably a once in a lifetime situation, I feel like uniting the village should be the top priority, especially if you are a leader of the village.
別にそこまでは言わないけど、ただやっぱり御三家の長の一人なんだから、もう少し言動は慎重にしてもよかったんじゃないかって、そういうことだよ。
Mian faltered a bit as my tone grew more like a cross-examination. I realized I was speaking a bit too harshly. What Mian expressed was probably the more mature opinion on our scale. When everyone needs to work together and stand up to a vast enemy like the government, people should refrain from actions that would destabilize that alliance. See? That's what I think. Shion said it more pretty. Writing it out and reading it now, I can understand that. But I wasn't mature enough to agree to such a totalitarian idea. Or maybe it wasn't me after all. Me at all. It was Mion who made that mature judgment. We've been separated for over a year. I've been away from the town. In the meantime, Mion has been training to take over the headship of the Sonozaki family. Wow, she grew a lot. I mean, I guess kids grow a lot. Again, mini Mion was just 3 years younger than the Mion we're seeing today, huh? Definitely, I don't know. I guess kids do grow a lot, but feels like a big growth spurt. She's been treated as such even before I was confined to that institution. She sat next to the Haid in ceremonies and in meetings. She took her place when the Haid was absent. But that was just it. We were never that different. Mian had become very like a successor since I've been gone.
お姉もいつの間にか大人になっちゃいましたね。
She seemed to get what I was implying.
やっぱり私もバッチャみたいな考え方になっ
The
ちゃってきた
forced
かな。
smile, dude.
いいじゃないですか。お姉は次期当主なんだから。いつまでも下々と同じ考え方じゃまずいでしょ。さすが帝王学を学んだだけのことはある。そんなの学んでないよ。
I still love that face. The shocked face. Slash embarrassed. The Shion face.
どうやればバッチャのふりができるかって、それだけだよ。シオンにだって簡単にできるよ。そんなのやりたくないです。ばあさんのおもりはミオンのお役目。あ、疲れない程度にほどほどに頑張りなさいませ。
I didn't mean to be cold, but Mion seemed to take it that way. She smiled as if trying to pacify me. I smiled gently back at her.
おね、
Getting a little tension between the two. I'm sure that will increase as the series goes on. Or the art in specifically.
ミオン。何？ 確かに私たちの別離はいつも穏便じゃなかった。名前を引き離され、住まいを引き離され、そして体を引き離された時も。
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. Mion looked down with a serious face, but then looked right back up.
あんたは私がそのあたりで逆恨みしてるんじゃないかって思ってるかもしれない。でもそれは誤解。そりゃ確かに確執はあったよ。でもそんなのは時間で流れる程度のもの。あんたが引け目を感じるようなことは何もない。
Up until birth, we were perfectly equal. Right after birth, we were separated by the grown-ups' priorities. I used to get mad about it when I was little. There's no denying that. But we don't have to start a disagreement over it. Mion seemed to understand what I was trying to say. We each have our own characteristics, even though we're identical twins. Only we know the differences. We're also dependent on each other because of them. Mion seems more dependent. She always worries about me. If somebody gave her a cookie, she'd divide it into two and give one half to me. If somebody gave her a candy, she'd wait until I said it was okay to eat it. On the contrary, I'm told. I don't care about others if I'm satisfied. I put the candy in my mouth right away. I have to emphasize that I don't hate her, and I'm well aware that she loves me. We both know that. Mian must have been hesitating to put the candy of the successor in her mouth and was waiting to see if I was okay with it. With that.
頑張れ、ミオ。
That's cute. We haven't really done any thumbnail work. I've just been having some cool environment shots. I mean, I could have done the CG for Shion escaping, but I like those atmospheric environment shots. But this is cute. Give me cute Mion shots. I like it.
私もシオンを頑張る。
I tapped her forehead with my fist lightly. Mion put her forehead against my fist as if trying to feel the warmth. She's Mion, and I'm Shion. She's the successor of the Sonozaki family, and I'm just a vagabond. That isn't a distinction, but rather our individuality. We shouldn't worry too much about the other anymore. We should feel relaxed, living as who we are, with our own characteristics. I didn't have to say that out loud. We can communicate by touch, just like this.
ありがとう。シオン、頑張ろう、ミオン。困ったことがあったらいつでも相談して。私たちはいつだってそうやってきた。それはこれからも何も変わらないよ。
Mion kept nodding with her forehead against my fist. I think this is a new song too, or was, but it's a very light song that blends well, so I didn't really notice it. I said goodbye to Mion before it turned to evening. We talked about things that happened during my time away, and I enjoyed having that chat between sisters very much. We were able to dissolve our unsettled emotions. We didn't used to do that. Maybe it's because we hadn't seen each other for over a year. It was late afternoon. My heart felt lighter now, and I stretched and looked up at the sky. The sky was clear, blue, and far away. No matter how tall I grow, I'll never be able to touch that sky. I am Shion Sonozaki, a girl who escaped from the life she was forced to live. Nobody will praise me for what I did and for what I'm going to do. So this kind of also throws off my Yakuza theory that Shion was more involved with the Yakuza side of the family, where Mion was more of the figurehead. I mean, not figurehead, as she was literally the leader, but yeah, I guess not. Yet, anyways, she could have been later. But this is what I chose. I mean, one of the big clues for that was the fact that she had her bodyguard, but we kind of had our explanation why she has a bodyguard now.
なんだ、私だって大人な考え方できるじゃない。
I psyched myself up. I should go shopping for dinner. Though I have Kasai's help, I need to save money. I love junk food, but it'd be cheaper to cook. Ironically, the culinary classes from that evil school will come in handy. I wish I was a good cook. Why not go to the shopping district in Kami-Ishihiki? If I'm going there, then I need to take the other street. The cool breeze in the late afternoon felt nice on my skin. It's also be pretty interesting because I feel like we won't be in Hinamizawa too much. I mean, I'm guessing we might sneak into the festival, and then eventually we have to meet the Jane, probably pre-Watanashi, but who knows? Who knows?
あ、待って待って。今鍵開けます。
What if it's not Kasai? Oh, no, it's Kasai.
お買い物の帰りですか?
We saw his sprite, but he's very lanky. He looks kind of cool, but not really. I mean, I like cool old people, old dudes, but I don't know, the haircut, the extremely long arms, obviously just to hide the hands, but he looks kind of weird, but pretty intimidating as a bodyguard. It does. Guess you would want him.
お疲れ様です。
Yo, is this her room? Why is it so cute? Did she just buy these to spice up the room? Got your pink bunny trash can, a really cute bear, super brain, first live. Don't know if that's a reference to anything. Is it a reference that Shion secretly learns how the brain works to hypnotize people? There's a big fish carpet thing. What the heck? This room is sick. Alright. What?
買い物程度で疲れてちゃたまんないよ。
See what's up, Kasai. Why do I keep pressing space? I'm confused.
カサイも食べてく？独り者にはスーパーの野菜の単位は大きすぎだしね。
よろしいんですか? ご厄介になってもいいものでしたらぜひ。
Gotta treat you nicely. You're looking out for us pretty good. Kasai looked curious about what I'd cook.
チェ、その顔は全然信じてないな。見てろ。
Mian was a pretty decent cook,
これらは冷蔵庫でいいんですか?
I think.
入れておきますよ。
あ、悪いね。2人分だとお米はこのくらいかな。よっからしょっと。
Kasai skillfully packed the food in the fridge while glancing at each item in turn. He noticed something.
シオンさん、相変わらず缶詰はダメなんですか?
Thought we had this conversation. I hadn't bought any. That was of course on purpose.
缶詰を避けての買い物はいろいろ大変でしょう。
理屈じゃ分かってんだけどね。
It's understandable, obviously, with the past, but
無理強いされりゃ食べないこともないけど。
I honestly don't even eat too much canned food myself. Like, a lot of the soups come in, like, the broth comes in cartons or just packets. Like, I guess I eat spam. I like cooking spam. Pureed tomatoes, not potatoes. But that's probably like it. I mean, I'm sure canned drinks don't count as canned foods. But yeah, I don't. It's not really too needed here, honestly. At least in my situation. I know canned foods are good to store, so there's that.
それでも私はやっぱりパスだな。
悪かったと思ってます。少しふざけすぎたと思ってますよ。
Did Kasai the one who told her about those stories?
だからそろそろ
Yeah.
あんなくだらない
Okay.
話忘れてくださってもいいのに。
Good one, buddy.
ああもううっさいな。男が厨房にチャラチャラ出入りしない。
Wow.
テレビでも見てておとなしくしててよ。
Kasai chuckled and left. I knew this sounds stupid, but I hate canned food. If somebody told me there was canned food in a meal I just ate, I'd throw up. It started with a silly thing. Kasai told me about a horror story when I was little. Oh, maybe it's not what we know about canned foods in Hinamizawa. You know, one of those urban legends, not the cursed supermarket, about meat made from an unknown source. Oh, well, I guess it is. Like those rumors about how there's worm meat mixed into burger patties or dog meat in beef bowls. Kasai had fun telling me one of those stories because of how scared I got. Hiccuped. He had fun, but I obviously didn't. I even started to cry in the canned food section of a supermarket. That's how much I hated it. That sounds so adorable. I want to see that. Oops. I don't freak out like that anymore. But I still don't like canned food. Since I don't like it, I don't force myself, and I now live my life naturally avoiding canned food. Okay, so it wasn't about the actual past thing, which I mean, that would definitely hate her, make her hate it more. One of the big differences between us twins is that Mian doesn't have this issue. Kasai feels responsible for this, but he can't get rid of her. He can't rid me of that fear. Still, a flaw like this is actually a good thing, otherwise it'd be too perfect. Great outlook on the situation. Ahahaha.
ダサい、机の上の新聞どけて。
いい匂いですね。
What are you cooking me on?
ごちそうになります。
量が足りないと思ったら、あとは勝手に牛丼屋さんにでも行くこと。あ、テレビは切らないで。私は静かな食卓ってやつが苦手だから。
Same. Never have. I mean, I used to, but I used to with like my grandparents, but even now they turn on the TV. It's just good having background noise, like whenever I'm doing something. It doesn't really matter. Helps you get bored from doing that singular thing.
で、葛西何の用だったの？何か用事があってきたんでしょ？
Uh-oh. Music's off. It can either be a funny moment, but it'll probably be semi-serious. I handed him a cup of tea. I could wait until dinner was over, but I wanted to get to the point quick.
食事が終わってからの方がいいかと思ってましたが、食べながらにしますか？
葛西が来た時点でずっと何の用か気になってるから、先に言ってくれた方がご飯の通りが良くていいかもです。
自宅に学園から電話が今日ありました。
Now it's time to start acting like Mion very well.
今日そりゃ遅いね。
Now we got camouflage.
よっぽど表沙汰にしたくなかったと見えるな。で、どうなったの？
電話は茜さんが取りました。親父さんには後で折を見て話すそうです。
Oh. Akane-san is my mom. That's what Kase calls her, as has known her since before her marriage.
で、母さんなんか言ってた？
I was lucky she answered the phone, since she's relatively on my side.
仕方のないやつだと漏らしておりました。こういう結果も決して予想外ではなかったような顔つきでしたね。
Not bad, not a bad reaction, I guess.
親父にはまだ知らせてないんだ。
茜さんなりにタイミングを測っているんでしょう。
Guessing he won't take that too lightly.
多分2、3日中には話すものと思います。
親父はばあさん寄りだからな。耳に入れば自動的にあいつにも伝えるだろうな。で、伝わったら見つけ次第即刻ここへ連れてこい。
We did see the dad at the meeting during Himatsubushi, not the mom. It's also a wonder why the mom isn't a successor unless they need to have like a has to be the every other generation. Did they explain why Mion was chosen and not the mother? Did the mother just skimp out of it? I forgot. I feel like they did mention that sometime in Watanabe, but I don't remember.
申し開きの意見によっては指の1本や2本ってことになるだろうね。
I don't think it'll be that drastic, but who knows? If the grandmother really hates Shion, then
おっかない子って。
lose a couple fingers.
笑い事で済めばいいんですがね。シオンさんの指だけじゃ済まないかもしれないってとこだけ。
Yeah,
よくお願いしますよ。
Kasai will also need to lose some fingers. Probably, definitely more. I mean, more likely to.
あちちち。
がっつくからだよ。あ、ちなみに味噌汁もご飯も作りすぎてるからおかわりは強制ね。3杯は絶対食べること。
3 helpings. Jeez. A few days later, Mion told me that the Hage heard about my escape. Okay, time's passing relatively fast. It's not good.
で、ばあさんはどんな感じだった？
Uh-oh.
バッチャはカンカンでさ、もしも沖宮界隈に帰ってきてるなら即刻見つけ次第自分の前に引っ立てろってさ。
怖っ。で、実際に親父とかの動向は？
Probably.
近々の親族会議で、
Oh.
シオンをかくまってないか問いただすみたいだね。でも若いのに街中を探させるとかそういう真似はしないみたいだよ。
Holding a family council, that means that things will remain in the Hade's hands alone. Means that things. She won't search the town for me. It's like she's unofficially approving my presence. Of course I'll get caught immediately if they find me in a large public place.
母さんが随分暗躍してくれたみたいだね。
I can tell she's being supportive. It's a long story, but my mom is sort of an outlaw, even though she's of the Sonozaki bloodline. A long time ago, she had a huge fight with the Haid because she hated the family rules and traditions. She was even excommunicated. My mom was supposed to be the successor, but she was deprived of the title. And Sis took her place and said, well, that answers that question I asked like a couple minutes ago. Thanks, game. While she's quiet now, Mom's still an outlaw. She's always been on my side because I also hate rules and
親
traditions.
父、最初はすっごくカンカンだったらしいよ。母さんがだいぶなだめたらしい。何のかんの言っても親父は最後には母さんには勝てないからね。
オッケー、ありがとう。また何かあったら教えてね。本当にヤバくなったら私もこの町を離れるつもりだから。葛西とか吉郎おじさんとか、それに母さんとか、世話になった人の顔は潰せないからね。おねえ、あんたが今何を考えてるかわかりますよ。どうして同じ血を分けた姉妹なのにシオンだけこんな隠れるように生活しなきゃならないのかでしょ。
Mion was silent. That meant yes.
シオンだけこんな窮屈な思いをするのはフェアじゃないよ。絶対。
Also, obviously, with the twin thing, this should have came up, but I guess I didn't think of it right away. Like, if Mion does have some mental issues and are easy to become crazy, then I guess Shion would have it too. Though we haven't seen anything like that with Shion yet, except maybe when Keiichi mentioned Satoshi. I think she looked kind of spooky then, but I don't exactly remember. So that should be fun too. It'll be entertaining to see like both of the Sonozakis going crazy at each other.
ありがとう。
If that happens. I don't particularly want that to happen because I like wholesome stuff, but it would be fun, I guess.
気持ちだけでも嬉しいです。
And scary.
表に出たい時とかあったら相談して。シオンがいつでもミオンになれるよう協力するからさ。
She sounded apologetic. I shouldn't go quiet or agree with her. She sits to things a little too much. Once she goes down, she'll stay there for a while. So I just told her simply.
ありがとう。実はそれが一番ありがたいです。じゃあ切りますね。
じゃあね、またね。
Shana. Chapter break. Not chapter end. Actually, that might be a chapter end. That's good. 45 minutes. That's like my favorite time for a sesh. Not too long. Oh, it is the end. Okay, never mind. I was thinking. Alright, let's see. Hello, sister. We're only getting one tip per thing, but I guess since this is the answers, you don't really need too many tips. But I guess that also means not too many like Oishi top stuff or whatever. I guess that didn't happen early on in the arts anyways. More diaries. Again, don't know who this is. Could be a variety of people. Did the music change for this? I guess it does change per where you are. Who knows? It could be anyone. Tatano, Rika's, or one of the Sonozakis are still my pick. Rena? I don't know. Anybody but Satoko. Oh no, it is the same song. I just didn't notice. It sounded a little more ominous, but the song's a banger. It's a different variant. What? Satoko? Okay, so this is Rika. If Satoko's doing this. Well, that answers my question. It's like I answer the question and the game knows. So Rita's the one doing the diary. Interesting. I believe it said Takano's diary in at some points, but there were also some diary entries that might not have been her. Who knows? I don't know. Satoko was crying while hiding behind my back. She's been crying while clinging on to me, so my back was wet with her tears and snot. My aunt. Oh, no. Oh, this is Satoshi. Okay, interesting. But obviously, this is a different diary than the first one. I mean, they had different colors, but I don't know how much that means, because obviously Satoshi's not a young girl. My aunt has been screaming hysterically, but she looked tired now. So if we're gonna see the events of this, or I guess the lead up to the murder through hints, that's kind of exciting. I suddenly realized that it was already past 1 in the morning. Jesus. She vomited out a series of screams one last time, then finally called it quits. Aww. More dead-eyed Satoto. I mean, I guess it's expected since this is the Satoshi era, but I was hoping for some happy Satoto since she wasn't in Himatsubushi, so it's like 2 arcs in a row with just sad Satoto. Satoto seemed exhausted. She was looking down in a state of shock. Even after my aunt walked away, she didn't realize she had been freed. So I stroked her head and told her,
終わったよ、Satoko.
Is that his voice? That's not what I was expecting. So it's definitely not my idea that it might have been like the same voice actor as Teichi, I think. That's definitely very feminine. Satoko twitched. Her eyes grew bright again and tears rolled down her cheeks. She looked up at my face. Don't cry. Your first appearance and I'm already like sad. Why do they have to make me sad at the end of a session? I don't like leaving away sad. She knew it was over, but wanted to hear it directly from me. She begged me with a look. I guess we did hear Satoshi's voice, but it was so brief I didn't really catch it. In Totoro. She literally just said one word. To be honest, I was really exhausted too. So I felt a bit annoyed when she tried to make me say it. Whoa. But I needed to pacify her. I mean, I guess we'll get a look in what Satoshi thinks. I mean, I guess it's understandable that Satoto is being super dependent, so you'd kind of get annoyed. But, yeah. So I gently told her what she wanted to hear. That sounds... It sounds so much like a girl. But I guess I can hear it as a boy too. Maybe we need to hear some happy Satoshi. It's a nice voice though. I like it. Satoto clung to me while her tears continued to fall. She was crying again silently. Satoto was shivering pitifully. Her small back reminded me that there was nobody else to protect her. Satoto smiled faintly and nodded. I felt dizzy. As I was released from the strain, a harsh drowsiness fell upon me. While Satoto was washing her face, I went to the toilet. I zoned out while watching my pee. In my dizziness, I almost missed the shot. Truly unfortunate. I felt like I was being sucked into the toilet. I couldn't even remember what caused it. Why did my aunt start screaming today? So we've seen Satoshi and Satoto's mental state, so it might not even be that happy when we meet them. I mean, they might have a facade, but we at least know that they're both going through a lot while at home. But yeah, that was chapter 2. I thought that was pretty good. I done more. This time we get a bit more interaction between characters. We've seen the sisters reunite, have their first bid, well, not bid, but like actual disagreement. So obviously we'll see that escalate. But yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with this chapter. Then hopefully we get to meet some more of the cast members. If there's anybody new, if I had to guess, maybe the mom or dad might be sprited, though I don't think they even said the name of the dad in the opening credits, so who knows. But yeah, thanks for watching as always. See you whenever you watch the next episode, but it'll be out tomorrow. Bye bye.